for a dementia resident to learn, everything needs to be in place so that they're able to learn. If they're cold and hungry and unsupported, they won't be able to learn. Whereas if their room's set up, they have a good relationship with their carer, their showers and dressing is fine, they're eating and drinking well, then they will be able to learn. And it's from this space, and only really if they're supported in this way, that they will be able to learn. Now, everyone is an individual. It's different for everybody. But what is actually important is that the support that that person requires is delivered. Then from that point, they will be receptive to be able to learn. So I had one particular resident who was supported in 4 ways. And after that, she really did settle down and she learned quickly from that point. And her daughter supported. She came in with the duvet because the woman was cold. And the other thing she did was that she explained to her mother why she was in the unit. That was a big thing, because often what happens is that relatives don't explain to their relatives why they're in the unit. The dementia resident won't accept it from staff why they're in the unit, and then all day they can be banging at the door wanting to get out, which was the case with this particular woman. But her daughter came in and sat her down for half an hour or so and explained to her everything as to the problems with memory loss, direction orientation loss, health and safety problems, difficulties they were having. Anyway, in whatever way she explained it, the mother came out from the room after the explanation from her daughter and said, everything's fine, I'm in the unit now, it's been explained to me by my daughter. Nothing the staff had said had reached her, but her lovely daughter, who had also happened to bring in the beautiful warm feather duvet, which she requested. So now she was warm. She had a nice room anyway, sunny and garden view, and lots of activities. Her daughter was meticulous. Lots of activities in plastic boxes. It was really well done, actually. They were stackable. So she had, you know, all her crayons and artwork and crochet and jigsaw puzzles, whatever, everything in these sort of labelled plastic stacked boxes, which she put on her bookcase. So she was really busy all day with these activities. It was a really good system. So because her daughter had supported her, had brought in the duvet and a heater to make sure that she wasn't cold, warm and toasty, explained to her why she was in the unit, and all those reasons, as well as the fact that she made a male friend, a devoted male friend, all of that, and within a week, no more complaints. 2 weeks full on, solid, high anxiety. Within a week of those things being put in place, she was absolutely fine. Now, another woman who was in a similar situation, she wasn't as assertive, certainly not aggressive, but was very distressed about being in the unit, and her only daughter was becoming really stressed as well because the mother was berating her as to why she was in the unit, and she didn't have enough strength, the daughter, to be able to combat it and explain in a way that her mother could accept. You could see from a distance the stress that the daughter was under, more stress than the mother, which is often the case. Anyway, the tables turned on this particular situation when the mother, a former school teacher, made friends with another dementia resident who was also a former school teacher. And this particular dementia resident was social, well-informed, well-read, good conversationalist, knew everyone in the unit and was very popular. Perfect friend. So that then the mother now had a good social life with her good friend, and she'd sit with her at breakfast, lunch, dinner, and by her at all the activities. And they had a lovely little tete-a-tete relationship, you know, morning tea together, afternoon tea together, everything together. And from that point, no problems. The daughter was really relieved. You could see the poor daughter had been through a lot, the haranguing. But once the mother was settled, you could see the tension lift off the daughter's face. And she sort of, 20 years were wiped from her after that. She got back into her sport and gym and whatever she liked, while her mother was now happy with her new friend. And she used to come to all the activities, and because of that, she was learning and engaging, and it worked out really well. So this is the way that dementia residents can learn, but really the primary thing is that the room's set up, that they're warm, that they've got a good view, hopefully, and sunshine, at least a good heater and a duvet. That's the basics. And a good carer. Really appreciate that good carer, because if they do have a good carer, who they have a good relationship with, who they're happy to, you know, have the showering and dressing and hair washing and rigmarole all done with this carer, and the dementia resident is okay with that and settled with that, that is gold. It really is. So appreciate that carer and acknowledge to them how much you appreciate it, because it really is the foundation for a person living at a dementia unit, that they've got that good primary carer. Now, of course, the carer's only there 5 days a week. They have weekends off, sick days, holidays. They're not there all the time. But if they're not there, when they're not there, find out when they're not there, maybe weekends or when they're on holiday, because your mother may well need some extra care from you at that point. If there's a new carer coming in, she doesn't know your mother's preferences or likes. If you can be there 15 minutes before, say, the 9 o'clock cares, you can find out the time from the charge nurse, then you can prepare your mother, you know, and say, look, Mum, your cares are going to be done by a different girl today, or a different person. It may be a man. If you don't want a male carer, then you can request that. Say it's a female carer, your carer, a new carer is coming in today, Mum, just to let you know, but I'm here to support, and we'll get your clothes ready so they're all sorted, and I'll be here while you have your shower, and then I'll help you dry your hair and, you know, put on some of your clothes, cardigans and things when you come out. So in that way, your mother's supported, consoled, reassured, much more likely to be settled with a, you know, a strange new person. So this is all the ways that help learning. Warm room, good room set up, good carer, eating and drinking. Make sure they're hydrated. Make sure that your mother is drinking enough, because dehydration is a really big thing in dementia units. Hopefully she's eating well. If not, then it just pays to go to 2 or 3 meals with your mother to check that she's eating. And if not, there are different menus available. You can find out what's available at your unit, go through it with the charge nurse, and then tick box or retick the boxes that you know that your mother would like. Maybe someone else has filled out the form and it's not food that your mother likes. Get the charts with all the various options of the food available, refill out the charts so that your mother has something that is appealing for her, and then her appetite will be stimulated. So I've written on these topics the resident's voice from a dementia unit and the resident's rise from a dementia unit, both at length on Amazon, ebooks popular, my website, pietavalentine.com. So thank you for all your interest and your likes and your subscribing. It's all happening, and we're all very grateful down here in New Zealand for your support out there in the big, wide, wonderful world. So appreciations and thank you.